let's go ahead and when does he officially come out? Today. He comes out today. Yep. So in the United States, I think in Europe he was delayed. I don't know about other countries. I know Joshy. Is Nightcrawler out over in your neck of the woods? Oh my gosh. Yes. There's something really exciting about opening new Marvel Champions cards. So let's dive into it. Coming home from work and Nelson is streaming a Nightcrawler video? Nice. Hey Thomas, how you doing? How on earth did you have it and last this long without opening it and getting a game? Well, because I wanted to open it with y'all. It's more fun opening it with you all. I know what I'm doing on my lunch break. Heck yeah. Let's look at this art. Oh, it's so cool. I think we had talked about in a previous stream, like all the cool things that I've seen people do with these, but like these are cool. Oh, I love new cards. New cards are great. So who all has played a game with Nightcrawler, either getting it early or you woke up at the crack of dawn, went to the FLGS and popped it open and tried it? Christopher, there's nothing like cracking one of these. There's really not. There really isn't. Oh my gosh, especially when the back of the pack cards are green. It's a double win right there. Sadly, no Nightcrawler till November. No, I'm just waiting on my notification that it's been delivered. Nice. Oh, look at all that green. Love it. Stopping by my local game store after work. Nice. Hey, Caleb. If he's out here, I didn't pre-order him due to my holiday being at the end of October. Wait until I come back. Oh, nice. Okay. 20 games in so far. Woo! Awesome. From Germany, I'll get my Nightcrawler on the 23rd of September. Okay. That's not too far. I thought it was going to be delayed further. So that's Monday, right? Yeah. Okay. 5 p.m. here. Workday has ended. Cooking dinner and watching Nelson play Marvel Champions. Good start to a Friday. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let's take a look at Kurt. So Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is a 2-1-3. So this is a unique stat line. We have not seen this before. He's perfect in protection, excellent in aggression, really good in justice and leadership. Nice. Yeah, so 2-1-3 is not a stat line we've seen before, but something that I'm really excited to see, mainly because one of the downsides to like the perfect defense build is threat mitigation. And so if you're able to use like a desperate defense or indomitable or something to stand up after utilizing that, nice stat of 3, you can then thwart with 2. And you can come by damage a little bit easier, I think, in protection than you can with thwarting, mainly side schemes. With like hard to ignore and everything, you have a good option of hitting the main. But this 2 thwart right here is going to be nice and flexible. So 2-1-3, he has 9 hit points and rapid teleportation. Spend 1 resource of any type. Return a copy of Bamf from your discard pile to your hand. Limit once per phase. Interesting that it is once per phase. Can't really take actions outside of the phase. Played a game on TTS where someone else was using them. Nice. We're going to go look at Bamf. We have 3 copies of Bamf. For some reason, I thought it was going to be 2. But this is what we can grab using Nightcrawler's ability. So Bamf is a 0-cost upgrade. You can attach it to an enemy, max 1 per enemy. When the attached enemy attacks, discard this card. Declare Nightcrawler as the defender without exhausting him. Which is insane. And so you're able to throw these out onto minions, probably the villain, and you can utilize that 3 defense without exhausting Nightcrawler, and he is the defender. So you get to trigger all of your defense cards, everything like that, without exhausting. Then you can use that 2 thwart. Beautiful. We do have 3 of these, and I believe on Kurt's side, which it's kind of interesting. This is the same, other than the defense stat, but it's the 3 recovery, 9 health, which we typically would associate with a fairly squishy hero. If we only have 3 recovery and 9 health, that can be kind of tough, but being able to defend without exhausting with that 3, and as Eric is saying, Cutlass gets him up to a 4. Yeah. So we have the action here. Search your deck for a copy of Banff and add it to your hand, limit once per round. So while he has a hand size of 6, really it's a hand size of 7 in Alter Ego, which is pretty awesome. As someone who's not deep into MLCG, I evaluate this. It is a really neat ability. Banff! Yes. Hey, how's it going? This is so exciting. Marvel LCG. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really cool ability. I'm super pumped. We're gonna sleeve as we go. We're gonna sleeve as we go. So Nightcrawler. So six hand size, 9 hit points, but an incredible defensive ability. Nightcrawler is your favorite Marvel hero next to Moon Knight and Hulk. Oh, that's awesome. It's a good day. It's a good day then. So we got Banff. And what we're doing today, what we're going to be doing today is we have this stream where we're going to unbox, play a game, maybe 2. But then we are coming back this evening at 7 p.m. my time, which is in about 9 hours from now, to do another stream. So awesome. Cutlasses go to 4, Armored Vest goes to 5, Specialized go to 6, Symbiote 7, Desperate Defense goes to 9. The Australian website says the 20th release date, but it also still says pre-order. Interesting. Oh, because the strongest there is. Yes. Alrighty, so we got Banff. We got Nightcrawler. We got Banff. Let's make this pretty. Heck yeah. We got Day Tripper. This is one of Villain Theory's cards that he got to preview. So this is our signature ally. Incredible stat line for 2. 2 cost, 2 thwart, 2 attack. Absolutely incredible. Getting a 2 cost ally is already really, really nice. Throwing a 2 thwart on that 2 cost ally, heck yeah. And then we have a response. After Day Tripper enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Banff and attach it to an enemy. Deal 1 damage to each enemy with a copy of Banff attached. Insane. So if you have 2 of them out there, she can come in and hit for 4 at a 2 cost. That is amazing efficiency. And even, yeah, worst case scenario, she gets a Banff out there. I'm evaluating Banff in my head as like a free ready, which typically is what, like 2 resources. She's a 3 effective resource, so you can come in Banff, which is that free ready because you can discard it to defend, so you don't have to exhaust to defend. Deal a damage, 2 thwarts, and a block. It's insane. It's insane. Jester Gito, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I love Nightcrawler since I liked him in HeroClix. I didn't realize he was in HeroClix. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So I'm very new to this game, only 2 months into playing. Welcome. Happy you're here. Where's the best place to buy cards and packs, especially the new ones? Amazon is always late to the party and more expensive. I always will recommend trying to find a local game store. So I have a couple local game stores here that I will go to and get cards. I always think that the local game store is worth supporting. If you don't have a local game store, you can order them directly from Asmodee. They usually get them pretty close to release date, or a online game retailer like Miniature Market. And I'm speaking a lot from an American lens. So overseas, I don't know if I'm the best person to help you with that. But when we are looking at the US, I typically try and find a local game store first, then like Miniature Market or direct from Asmodee FFG. Transformers TCG. We just watched Transformers last night. The OG Transformers. This is good. I see defense totals on characters. I feel like go unblockable damage. Ooh. You can also order from local game stores. Yep. Board Game Oracle help you find those. Okay, what is Board Game Oracle? I need to write that down. Leroy. I'm gonna send myself a message because I'm curious about what Board Game Oracle is. All right. As someone who we're gonna get some enemies with unblockable damage. Oof. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the best website. Nice. When your phone hits the send before you're done helps you find the cheapest price for that's really cool. We've got a Kurt's Chapel. Kurt's Chapel here. It's a 1 cost support. Kurt gets +1 recovery, so getting him up to a 4 recovery. Honestly, I'm going to be kind of curious how frequently we use this. It feels a little anti-synergistic with what Kurt wants to do, being that perfect defense. That being said, if we are not running the perfect defense strategy, maybe we're running another aspect for some reason. You will probably be taking some damage, especially if you're playing on expert. There's a little bit of that floating through. And so after you make a basic recovery, you can exhaust this and have a player draw a card. So you can draw a card yourself. You're going to have 4 recovery. It feels very much like the Chimichanga truck, but where you get a benefit that can affect multiple people. So I think this is going to be more valuable in things that are not protection, but getting that free defend probably every round. The way that I see it, not having played him before, but the way that I see it is you're probably one to pull a Bamf out every single round and get that free defend. So if you're not playing protection, you probably want to get Kurt's Chapel out there just so you can get those free defends. The little bit that's going to seep through, maybe you heal every once in a while. Feels like the weakest card based on other card interactions. Angel's Area is going to be a really solid one. Every single time you defend, you add a counter and you can heal based on the counters. And there is no cost to defend if you have a Bamf on the table. And so it's like, yeah, that's going to be great. It's going to be really awesome. We got Kurt's Cutlasses. This is one of the cards that I was fortunate enough to preview. So this counts as 2 restricted cards. It's a 2 cost upgrade. It's a weapon card. So lock and load and all of that good stuff, which actually, like, Nightcrawler is going to love lock and load because he can knock lock and load out in 1 basic thwart with the 2 in true solo. And Kurt's Cutlass is here. Gives him +1 attack, +1 defense, and retaliate 1, which I'm not going to be upset with that. That's what we call efficiency. Putting that in 1 card draw is amazing. And so you get +1 attack, +1 defense, which is effectively a combat training and an armored vest, which adds up to the total cost. It's a little bit less because it's 1 card, because each one of those is 2 effective resources, whereas this one's 3 effective resources. But then you only have to draw this one. It's also not aspect locked. Like, this is an incredible card. You're going to want to get this onto the table as soon as possible. It's probably worth running a lock and load or a superpower training to get it onto the table. Yeah, that's fair. Even with perfect defense, sometimes stuff happens. Very true. Confused lock that flips a lot. Kurt's Chapel is meant to be a hook for different. Oh yeah. Combat training is 2 cost. You're right. This is a crazy card. We need more retaliate, honestly. Black Panther and Nightcrawler 2-handed seems so much. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. Just that'd be a fun. That may be what I do for a. Because I'm trying to figure out what my 2-handed game with Nightcrawler would be. What if, because I've done games before where I never attack. What if I do a 2-handed game where I never attack? That kind of seems fun. Chapel could be good cut off guard fodder to protect your swords. Yep. Speaking of the tail, you got a 1 cost upgrade here. We got our tail. This is a superpower card. This is the first superpower card that we've seen in the kit. You can control 1 additional upgrade with the restricted keyword, which is pretty great, because our cutlasses count as 2 restricted cards, and we can exhaust this to generate a wild resource for an event. So, get an event, which I am so excited to pay for some defense events with this. I think a Kurt's Cutlasses with Retaliate, Dauntless, Electrostatic Armor, flow like water. Just like all of this little ping damage is going to be so good. Run even the odds justice with it. Yeah. Stop hitting yourself. That's funny. He has a mana rock in his kit. What? Never attack sounds fun. Yeah, protection players. That's fair. Yeah. It's because protection's so good, we have to figure out a way to make the game harder. We got Port and Punch. Port and Punch. We've got 2 copies of this. This is a 2-cost event. This is a superpower card. It's an attack. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. Deal 3 damage to each enemy with Bamf attached. So if we are going to be trying and spending our turn getting a Bamf onto the table, at least one, this is a 3 for 6. So we are already there. If we have multiple Bamfs on the table, which I think we probably are going to be able to do. I think there are strategies to throw Bamf onto the villain, and then this doesn't go away. So if we just leave it on the villain and let it ride for a little bit, we can start exploiting some of these events, especially if we are status locking the villain somehow and then running kind of like this let's defend against minion strategy that we're going to be seeing in the back of the pack cards. So it's it's interesting. If we can have 2 of them out, now we're paying 3 for 9 damage and our two printed costs for 9 damage, which is very good efficiency. I mean, being the aggression player, I do get upset if I can't hit oh, that's fair. So Port and Punch, if we don't have a Bamf out, probably not worth playing. If we have a Bamf out, absolutely worth paying. If we have 2 Bamfs out, we are going out of our way to play this because we're getting amazing efficiency. So I'm very, very happy with that. We've got another superpower, teleport drop attack. Discard a copy of Bamf on an enemy, deal 8 damage to that enemy, and stun it. Awesome. This is a 1 of in the kit. So we have 1 copy of teleport drop. That feels very much like a let's destroy this villain and drop it. Or if you have another copy of Bamf in your hand and not another enemy, you can teleport drop, get rid of the Bamf, and then throw another copy. Combine Bamf with suppressing fire. Ooh, nice. Yes. So exciting. We've got 2 copies of Scout Ahead. This is our Thwart card. This is another superpower card. So we're starting to get into that Def Focus. Time to play with Def Focus. This is a Thwart. Remove 3 copies from a scheme. You may discard a copy of Bamf from your hand to remove 3 threats from another scheme. Less good. Unseen Shadows, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing wonderful. How you doing? The artwork is sick. Yeah, the artwork, they nailed the artwork in this one. The colors, the darkness that in the background of a lot of these, really good. The artwork is really, really good in this one. Low cost curve starting to make me think of X23. Yep. We haven't seen a card over 2, which is pretty awesome. So Scout Ahead. 1 for 3 is pretty good. It's effectively paying another resource for 2 more threat. And so you can evaluate that at 3 effective costs for 6 threat removal, which is really good. Now it is a very specialized resource. It has to be a Bamf. That can be a little bit tough, though. Nightcrawler's ability, you can always get a Bamf back from your discard pile. And so you can effectively use rapid teleportation to turn Scout Ahead into a 3 for 6, which is really good value. In true solo, not sure how frequently we're going to be needing to do that, but it's going to be really nice for multiplayer. It's going to be really nice when you do need it. Does Bamf work with surprise move? What is surprise move? I don't actually remember what surprise move is. This is a Port Away. This is a 0 cost event. Discard a copy of Bamf from your hand. Change forms and ready your identity. Very cool. It's cool that this is not a hero action or a alter ego only action. You can use this however you want. So if you do use, this makes Kurt's Chapel a little bit better, right? Because you can use Kurt's Chapel to heal for 4. Draw a card. If you have a copy of Bamf in your hand, which you can use by getting with your action here on your alter ego side, you can then Port Away to flip and ready your identity for the copy of Bamf. Then you can use rapid teleportation to spend a resource to get that Bamf back if you do need it. When you make a basic attack against an enemy with an upgrade attached, you get +2 for the attack. The attack defeats an enemy. Ready your hero. Yes, it works. Hype Train, the Shibi, thank you for the subscription. Hope you're doing fantastic. I appreciate y'all. You're all amazing. Banff is a defense, not an attack, so I'm not sure. Oh, when you make an attack again, yes. If you defeat the enemy with Banff upgrade attached, yes, that does work. Yes. See more value with Chapel now. Yeah, so that makes Chapel a lot better. I like that. This is also a superpower, though it's 0 costed, so we don't really evaluate that with a, like, if we need to be running Def Focus. And we got Tally Ho. This is that artwork that they use for the article. Tally Ho attack, or it's a defense superpower. After Banff makes Nightcrawler the defender of an attack, return that copy of Banff to your hand. Deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy. That's great. This is another superpower card, but Def Focus only works on cards that you play during the player phase, so it wouldn't necessarily work here. Finally figured out the Prime subscription thanks to Discord. Oh, thank you so very much. But it does get you that card back. So I think Tally Ho is going to see a lot of play. One is defense, leaning into the strategy that we kind of have been teased with, that we're about to hit with some of these green cards. But that's really cool, getting those Banffs back, especially since all of our cards play off of Banff. This is the hero kit. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm so ready for this. I think just Kurt's Cutlass's Banff and Nightcrawler by itself makes me excited for the kit. And then everything that deals with Banff is so cool. And there's a lot of ways to recur it. Tally Ho, Day Tripper, and then both abilities on Nightcrawlers. I think X-Stream would be great. Yeah, I think X-Stream would be really good here. I think X-Stream would be great. We have a lot of events that we want to be paying for. Tally Ho, Port, Teleport, Scout Ahead. So X-Gene absolutely makes it in the deck. Especially since if we can port away, we have a little bit more flexibility on when and how we can flip. So that's cool. I want to see a 3-player game with Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and Iceman. So straight up, St. Matthew, before this stream, I was trying to figure out the logistics of trying to do a 3-handed stream exactly with those hero lineups. So great minds think alike. That's awesome. Valk too, that'd be cool. But yeah, I was like, because there's so many upgrades that get put out, then like Shark Girl goes crazy. Because rapid teleportation replaces a resource with Banff, I would argue that Scout Ahead is 2 for 6. Yeah. It is 2 for 6, and then with the +1 of like the card, like the effective cost. So I usually just go 1 more than the card cost. I like it. I don't like that it's so heavy on protection. Boo. No, just kidding. I wish they would have balanced all the free defenses with some weaker attacks, maybe. Feels OP in attack. Yep. No, I agree. I think that without ever playing them, if I had to sit down and evaluate him right now, he'd be high A tier. There's no, there are statuses. There's teleport drop, but there's not a ton of statuses in the kit, which is, I think, what's keeping him from S. While you're enjoying Nightcrawler here, I'm waiting in Singapore for Jubilee. No! Hopefully she gets there soon. It ends up being 3 for 6 because you discarded Banff and the card is a resource. Plus, it has to be a different resource. A different scheme. That is true. Though with player size schemes, you can probably set that up pretty easily. Okay. Let's look at the green cards. I'm so pumped. Nightcrawler is so cool. Nightcrawler is so cool. We have to figure out who we're going to fight first. And what we'll probably do for the first game is we're going to modify the precon a little bit and try and play into the strategies that the precon is kind of pushing us towards, just so we can try and use some of these cool new cards. First green card of the day is Rogue, a 4-cost protection ally, 2/2/3. I do like seeing 2 thwart in green. That's always good. Good. Action. Deal 1 damage to another friendly character. Until the end of the round, Rogue gains each of the character's traits and add that character's printed thwart and attack to her matching powers. Insane. Absolutely insane. And so you can throw this on like Nightcrawler and she can be thwarting for 4. That's dumb. Ooh. Can you imagine if they made Banff a no resource card, like Band Together? Oh, yeah, that would have been. Gotta defend Mr. Kelly. Some side skins. Ooh, I like Sabretooth. I want to see Sabretooth. All right, we'll do Sabretooth. This is amazing. This is amazing. For 1 damage to your hero, and you're in protection, and so you can probably easily combat that. Yeah. One of this I don't like at all, this wave, is the top tier X-Men being aspect cards. The Guardian wave did great. Oh, yeah. I like them being aspect cards mainly because a lot of my Guardian decks start to look the same. Because they're all gray, and so there's very little flexibility in whatever aspect you go into. Professor X, Beak, Triage, Shadowcat. It's a bummer that this game, the A-tier heroes, let's say X-Men, Black Panther, the aspect locks, and some of the unknown, Snow Guardian are great. That's true. Rogue, I think, is going to be a staple in a lot of green decks. For 1 damage, you can thwart for so much, especially since a lot of the green play lines, you're exhausted going into the player phase. So it doesn't matter if you're exhausted. Deal a damage, and now Rogue thwarts for 4. She's X-Men, so throw protected training on her. She gets +3 hit points. Now you have probably enough threat for the rest of the game. And yeah, that's very, very good. Next up, we got North Star. Where's North Star from? I don't know North Star. I don't think. She's also not trait locked. That's true. That's big. She is not trait locked. You do not have to be an X-Men to play her. That's cool. Both from Alpha Flight. Sweet. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. 3 cost 1, 2, 3. When North Star looks like a Quicksilver to me, like how he's running. It looks like the same pose. First gay character, Marvel. Very cool. Very cool. When a boost card is turned face up during an attack, deal 1 damage to North Star. Cancel all the boost icons on that card. Insane. That's really good. Can I ask why you put the stickers on your card? Absolutely. Yeah, so every single card with a sticker goes into my binder. And so I will put 1. So if it's a unique card or 1 of a 3, I put all of those cards in the binder so I can flip through and see them. Because this is kind of what my binder looks like. And so, like, it's just 1 copy of every card. DC Flash with flying. That's funny. He's a speed star. They both have light associated powers. Nice. Is Rogue's response last until the end of the round or until she's defeated? Until the end of the round. Until the end of the round. Wolverine enters chat. Very cool. North Star is really cool. I think it's a little interesting. North Star feels like my first gut reaction is to put him into a perfect defense build. My second reaction is, do you need him in a perfect defense build? And is he just going to work better in a build where you are not necessarily defending, but maybe you're tanking or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. Sync, an upgrade disguise. Yeah. Yeah. Does sticker ever get in the way when shuffling? No, it doesn't. North Star gay wedding issue is banned by the Trump-alike in Brazil because of anti-LGBTQs. Well, sounds like a bad person. Change of Fortune. This is I think the card that I'm most excited to build around in this pack. Well, they suck. That's fair. They do. Change of Fortune. 1 cost upgrade. You can play this under any player's control. After you defeat an enemy during the villain phase, exhaust this card to draw 2 cards. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Like, it's a whole new archetype, and there's going to be a couple other cards that support this, but Banff, any Retaliate, any cards that deal damage, I'm thinking Warpath, who allows you to play cards in the villain phase, I'm thinking Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider is going to be one of my old hero new tricks with Change of Fortune because she can throw her Phantom Kick, or what's her kick? She has that kick card that you can play in the villain phase. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm very excited to build around Change of Fortune. Can we get a Ghost Spider old hero? Oh, 100%. I feel like, St. Matthew, we're like on that. We're on the same wavelength. Yes, we're going to be doing that. I think, well, the old hero new tricks. Today is Nightcrawler hype, so we're going to be playing a lot of Nightcrawler. And then next week, we're going to be diving into a lot of the old hero new trick stuff. Ghost Kick. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And Phantom Flip. Yeah, they're so similar. I love Change of Fortune. The Nightcrawler design team should really design heroes for higher street level defenders. That'd be cool. I think this was Caleb's design. I think. I'm not sure Change of Fortune is that good. I don't know if it's that good. I think it's incredibly fun. You can do it on minions and a friendly computer. We're going to see a lot of minion summoning and a lot of things that allow you to defend minions. And that's going to be kind of the way that you're going to be able to take out and trigger this multiple times. I think it's not as good in solo play, but it's great in multiplayer. That's fair. Hulk brain thinking about Hulk with Change of Fortune. Double up on that hand size. I read villain, not enemy. No, you're not dumb. Yeah. No, it's an enemy. So that's the important part, is that it can be a minion, which is cool. Change of Fortune, great for Ultron. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. We got another tactic control. Finally, Cyclops gets some love in this game. That's a joke. Cyclops is very good. Under control, 0 cost tactic upgrade. Attach it to a minion. After your hero defends against the attached minion's attack and takes no damage, deal 4 damage to the attacked minion. So, couple of really cool things about this. 1, this triggers Change of Fortune. 2, after you defend against the attack and take no damage, probably pretty easy for a lot of minions out there. 4 damage takes out a lot of minions, but if it does not go away. And so if you take no damage from defending against like Dragon, let's say, which I think Dragon would actually take 8 damage from this because it is a lightning, but say you have like a huge minion out there, you take no damage. This doesn't discard. You deal 4 damage. It's still there. So next round, if you defend again, it's 4 more damage. Counterpunch buff. That's cool. Yeah. You can double up on protection plays in multiplayer. One player defends the villain, the other defends minions and takes them out. Yeah. I am most looking forward to, and maybe how we may build the precon like this because of the next card that we're going to look at, is status locking the villain, minion summoning, and then defending and perfect defensing against minions. Would there be a way to build Rocket in protection with Change of Fortune to capitalize on his murder do ability? Yes. And that's a good one. That would be a really good old hero because you can summon the minions and then use repurpose, which Rocket is incredible in a repurpose build. That's cool. That's really, really cool. Under control also counts as a upgrade for all of the Cyclops stuff, everything like that. So is Nightcrawler packing and pump protection my 3rd favorite aspect? Possibly 2nd. I hope so. This card is awesome. This was another one of Villain Theory's revealed cards. Come get me, bub. So as a hero action, it's also a tactic, which is, I think, interesting from a trait standpoint. But Cyclops getting more love here. It's not an upgrade, so you can only grab it with his thwart event. But discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play engaged with you. Heal 3 damage from your identity and give your identity a tough status card. So, what this enables you to do, go get a minion. If you have Change of Fortune out, go get a minion. You have a tough status card, so you don't have to worry about blocking the villain. Then you can defend against the minion, draw your cards, and just use the minions as a resource generator, which is so cool. It's so freaking cool. I love minion summoning and aggression. That's probably my favorite way to play aggression. And the fact that we now have this Let's go. Thor protection is another one that I'm going to be doing an old hero new trick. For yeah. Counterpunch Gambit build. That's cool. Yes. Yes. See, I can out deck build me. Nice. Get a minion. Win. Drax sounds great with this. Oh, with the tough status card and healing. Yeah. And then you can overkill with Knife Leap. That's cool. That would be a cool build. I feel like there are so many cool builds that you can do. Come get me, bub, being awesome. Powerful Punch. We have seen this one before. Attack, defense. When an enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. I'm a little surprised it's the same art. I guess it is. That's Shadowcat, right? So it is still X-Men art. Do we get... Such an awesome pack. Protection is superior. I'm really pumped about this pack. We got Repost. 1 cost event. This was my other card that I was able to spoil. And I think I agree with a lot of the comments that I saw on this card. I'm surprised this card did not exist earlier. When a hero defends against an attack, it gets +2 defense. If you take no damage, deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy. It feels like such a archetype staple for the perfect defense. Like we have threat removal, we have redding. We didn't have damage before. So I'm curious to see how the precon does. It looks pretty good. It really does. I think the precon is actually going to be really, really solid. Like we're going to swap out a couple of change of fortunes and stuff like that. But Repost, I love it. Congrats on the reveal again, Nelson. Always awesome when company. I love it when they do that. I think it's a great way to support creators and community. It's also just fun. They're fun videos, right? Like they're just super exciting. They're fun to make. Shadowcat is not the best representative for a powerful punch. They could have switched it. That's fair. We got power protection. Let's grab the other copy. Power protection is probably the power of that I run the least. Both of these allies are so fun. Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't run a ton of power protection, mainly because when I'm running protection, a lot of the times I'm running those perfect defense builds where a lot of the cards I'm putting in are only 1 cost. But which art do we like more? Power protection. You can also run defensive energy. Yeah. Yeah. Directed Force has been my test card. It's very good in warming. Oh, nice. Yeah. I think the new power protection is pretty busy, but it's more iconic characters. Yeah, protection is my favorite aspect. Yeah. Powerful punch to kill a minion before it activates into change of fortune, drawing you your cards is so sick. Yeah, it is. Trying to break in other heroes. Oh, 100%. 100%. Both are good though. Yeah. Yeah, I like both of them. I think it's funny how they're very similar, right? It's very much it's the same theme of holding something up so that people can get away. Is Rogue the new ally for Cyclops Voltron? That'd be a sick Voltron. It is easier to tell what's happening. Woo! New side scheme, my friends. 5 threat. 5 threat. This is Astonishing X-Men. 1 cost, 5 threat. After an X-Men character defends against an enemy attack and takes no damage, remove 1 threat from this scheme. When defeated, stun and confuse each enemy in play. Amazing. It is not locked to X-Men. The response is locked to X-Men, but you can thwart this down like normal. And it is only 5 threat per player. So if you're playing in a 4-player game, this is 5 threat. Yeah, not 5 threat per player. Very good call. It's only 5 threat. And so at 4 players, you can thwart this down really easy, stun and confuse and block half of the activations for the round, which is amazing. And you can just throw this out there and it just happens after a while if you're just playing the defense thing. That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Love that. I think the stun is a little weird. If you're running the minion summoning, the stun is great. But if you're running a perfect defense, you kind of don't want them to be stunned. I would say it's astonishing. That's good. It's kind of interesting because like I don't want to stun all the enemies if I'm running perfect defense. I want to confuse them. Absolutely. But it's like Astonishing X-Men, if you are built out and you're drawing cards whenever you defend, you are removing threat whenever you defend, you're dealing damage whenever you defend, a stun turns all of that off. And so it's a little anti-synergistic with like a perfect defense build. That being said, I think this is a better multiplayer card than it is a solo card. Or you run it with Taunt. Or you run it with something that forces the villain to attack you to remove that stun, and then you can still utilize your basic defense and everything. I'm late to this, but got a question. Can you play Prehensive Tail if you already have the cutlasses out? Yes, you can. Prehensive Tail is not a restricted card. It just gives you an additional slot to have a restricted card. So you have this. This does not have any play restrictions. It just allows you to play another one. Spider-Woman would be good with leadership protection, use training upgrades. That would be cool. I think Spider-Woman, one of the decks that I want to build is Spider-Woman protection, aggression, minion summoning. Then like using Change of Fortune, killing the minions in the villain phase, and then using Hall of Heroes to collect on that or double up on the card draw. So what are the unrevealed cards in the pack? I think we're getting to them. I don't know if we've seen one yet. I think a lot of them were spoiled by creators. Spider-Woman aggression, leadership, X-Men training, OP. Sick. Can't wait to attach Godslayer to your the best use case for Godslayer. His precon looks good. His precon looks awesome. Speaking, let's talk about the protection cards. We've already kind of done it. They're awesome. I love it. It's kind of weird that Power of Protection is in here, I think, as a precon. I think they put it in here for getting the reprint out in the protection pack. But in the precon, there's 5 cards that it can pay for, which is not close to what we want to hit the threshold for Power of Protection. Right? We have Powerful Punch, North Star, and Rogue. So I don't like when we're modifying this precon, which is what we'll do for our first game. I'm not going to run the Power Protection. There's just not enough targets for it. Powerful Punch needed a reprint. I think technically Power Protection, Powerful Punch, and doubles weren't. Oh, okay. Throwing Danger Room training, Reinforced Suit, and Rage, and attack training on an ally Wolverine. That sounds sick. Basic cards. We've got Gambit. This is a 3-cost basic ally. X thwart, X attack, 3 health. X is the number of boost icons on cards under Gambit. After Gambit enters play, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and tuck 1 under him so that only the boost field is visible. That's amazing. That's amazing. Sure, like he gets bonuses and everything, but you're removing a card. If you can combo this with Global Logistics, if you can combo this with deck manipulation, you can pull out some of the worst cards in the pack. Pull out Fanaticism, right? You can get rid of a copy of Fanaticism, get rid of the Universal Weapon, get rid of what's the 4 boost Frost Giant, Laufey? Dragon. You can go crazy with this, but you can also, I think the biggest part of this is removing a negative from the encounter deck. Ooh, I'm glad they changed the art for Gambit on this card. The Gambit and Rogue deck was criminal. Oh yeah, Godslayer's not great. Godslayer's not great. Gambit ally is really cool. Hoping the ship, I hope so. Yeah. What if you whiff and get no pips? I think a lot of the times the cards with no pips are sometimes the worst cards to draw. And so, sure, then you block with them. Advance has no boost cards. I still might pick it. Exactly, right? Shadow of the Past. It does have boost cards, but the benefit here is removing that from the deck. And then it goes to the discard pile. So worst case scenario, you put Gambit out, you pull a Advance, you chump block with Gambit, Advance goes to the discard pile, you don't have to deal with it. So I think there's a lot of boost cards that don't really, that are still viable options, because the cards with no boost are sometimes the worst cards to draw as an encounter card. Half of his face was pitch black, like it was a skull. Yeah. You can also leave Gambit out and put the card in jail. Yeah, very similar to the not Miles, Spider-Man Noir, where, you know, you can use Spider-Man Noir to kind of like put some of those cards in jail. You look at the top 3, and so you look at them. When you look, you keep them in the same order. Search, you would shuffle. Look, you keep them in the same order. You do not discard them. Gambit's really, really cool. The other nice thing is now you know exactly what boost cards are coming at you for your attack, so you know how much you need to defend for and everything. Every new aspect card that comes out just makes Doctor Strange. I always say new players, Strange, Captain America, and Iron Man when they first play. If they don't choose yeah. Strange is good. We got Moira. Moira is really good. She draws cards. We've got Energy, Strength, and Genius. Some of the best cards in the game, I would say. Oh yeah, I usually look at the Nightcrawler stuff here, but those are, yeah. So that's the precon. That's the Nightcrawler precon. Really solid precon. There's a couple of tweaks that we're going to be making. Maybe cutting power protection, 2x of change of fortune. Probably cut Moira if we're running a perfect defense. Like Moira is going to trigger off of his like form flip, but I don't actually know how frequently we're going to be flipping with a perfect defense Nightcrawler. So probably cut Moira out. If it's a multiplayer game, 100% keep Moira in there. Another set of energy. Clearly you should cut all the green cards. Boo! I'm glad Moira has a reprint since I'm hesitant to buy Rogue. Rogue's really cool. But yeah, no, I'm glad that she got a reprint. At this point, Strange might just have a card that says you insta-win the game. Going back to Nightcrawler, our obligation here is Crisis of Faith. You may flip to alter ego form, choose to exhaust Kurt to remove this from the game, or discard each attack and defense event from your hand, discard this obligation. Not bad. Not bad. Any obligation that allows me to flip, I look at as better than other obligations. The fact that you are able to flip, maybe take advantage of the chapel, do some recovering, anything with X-Men, because you have all of the really cool alter ego supports. Flip, do it, flip back. And you're exhausting Nightcrawler, which is not the end of the world. I think the hardest part about this one is, that's not a bad obligation whatsoever. I'm a champion at losing with Strange. Win with Hulk, lose with Strange. My playstyle. The Nemesis set. I am going to have Azazel. Am I saying that correctly? Azazel. How many attack defense events does he have in his kit? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Azazel. Thank you. This is a little bit meaner than his obligation. 2 scheme, 3 attack, 3 health with quick strike, and he cannot have upgrades attached. It's annoying. You can perfect defend against him. Powerful punch clears him. It's just annoying. Deal this to the and he on a boost effect he comes out. That's mean. That's mean. Tough. Azazel. Okay, well, there you go. Azazel. Is the table size sufficient for comfortably playing Marvel Champions or Arkham with 3 or 4 players, or do you feel that something? No, no. This table is big enough to play. Um, Now the way that I have it set up, maybe not, because I have like all my computer stuff over here to control the stream and stuff, like all my buttons to change the numbers and everything. Uh, and then over here I just have all my tokens. But yeah. We're going to be trying Sabretooth first. Feels like X-Men has so much good support. It's too bad we didn't get 2 more X-Jet cards. No, it's unique, but having each player have one speeds the game up a lot. 4X Quinn carriers, so about a second Black Widow pack. Nice. How many characters have their parents as Nemesis? I don't know. 6 to 8 foot table. What's the size of this game mat? I don't know. It's a weird size. It's a weird size. The game mat is not big enough to play 4 players on. We got Brimstone Dimension as our side scheme. When defeated, the player defeated the scheme finds dang it. Okay. I already forgot how to play it. The player defeated this scheme, finds the Nemesis, and deals him as a face down encounter card. That's brutal. He's coming back. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. With a hazard icon, so you do have to defeat it. 5 threat is not an insignificant amount of threat. That's worse than here. Get the OG or Red Skull playmat. It's the best size for official stuff. I do like that. How about a match with Widow, Cyclops, Iceman, Rocket? Ooh, that's a lot of upgrades. Rogue's kind of Star-Lord's dad. Interesting. The new basic ones are nice, but super well. Yeah. We got his sword. We can attach to our minion, otherwise attached to the villain. Attached enemies gains piercing. Yikes. After the attached enemy attacks you, discard 1 random card from your hand to discard this card. Ooh, that's mean. Let's get some Sunfire up in here. Then we got 2 Brimstone Strikes. When revealed, alter ego. Find your Nemesis, reveal him. Find him and reveal him. Oh, when an alter ego, he schemes. Oh, those are brutal. These are pretty. This is a pretty mean Nemesis set. It's not nice. Do you only use Dragon Shield clear mat for sleeving Arkham and Marvel? Yes, I do. Except the hero cards, the double-sided cards, I put in Paladin sleeves. Alrighty. There we go. That's the precon and everything that comes in it, including all of our bad cards. So now we're going into the back of the pack cards. I'm actually just going to leave this out because I want to modify this. We'll come back. Giant Lasagna, thank you for the subscription. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. After protection, what aspect do you want to try for Nightcrawler? Ooh, that's a good question. Probably leadership. And the way that I would take leadership is like Major Voltron into X-Men and using Kurt to defend. So you don't have to chump block with your leadership allies and then just kind of go Major Voltron. That sounds pretty fun. I think yeah, that'd probably be my favorite way to go. First card, off aspect card, combined forces. 1 cost Alliance card, which is really funny. So Alliance means that other players can help you pay for this card. Exhaust an X-Force and an X-Men character. Defeat a non-elite minion. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So actually, I don't know. I don't know if it is. Non-elite minion is a lot. You have to exhaust the characters, which like if you're running, I don't know. I think it's a cool card, but I don't know how much. It's a lot of cost for the effect. I would have subbed 20 minutes ago, but I was having issues redeeming a sub. I use Paladin sleeves for the hero cards. A lot better than the early Alliance cards that were 3 resources to remove 3 threat. That's fair. Nice opening. Let's jump to the beginning. It's not a lot of cost if you don't consider you're not damaging allies. That is true. That is true. It's interesting. It's also nice that somebody else can pay the cost for you. I think that is really nice. So if you have like a leadership or a big money player, they can help offset the cost, and you get the benefit of defeating the minions. So you get all the benefits there. So it's interesting. Paladin sleeves are great. Yeah, Paladin sleeves are really, really good. They're like they come around on Kickstarters, but they're really good. Yeah, non-elite with a lot of health, and those start to get a little weird. Red already has a lot of ways to deal with minions. The dot means that it goes into my binder. I have a binder of every single card, and so one copy gets put 1 dot, and so like when I'm sorting cards, I can just flip them like this. Then I can go through and see like what. So like this card would go in a stack, these cards go in a stack, this card goes in a stack, and then this is hero alphabetically sorted and then in a binder. I don't use a sleeve for Ant-Man. Honestly, I don't know if you need to sleeve the heroes. They never get shuffled. Very situational though. A lot of 1-cost aggro cards that can kill a minion anyway without exhausting even one ally. Yeah, I'm curious, like, I guess like a Sentinel Mark 8 would be the best one. Right? Like I'm running this to combat those. But like outside of that, there's really not a ton of non-elite minions that, I don't know. You're not damaging, which is nice. Saw someone cutting ammo with a scissor in 2 and sleeving each side. Oh wow. Wow. I don't think I'd do that. We got another 1-cost Alliance card. We got Gunboat Diplomacy. This is an attack thwart. Exhaust an X-Force and an X-Men character. Remove X threat from among schemes in play and deal X damage, where X is the combined thwart of the 2 exhausted characters. That's cool. This is going to be really fun with Rogue. Yeah, this is much better. This is much better than combined forces. Because you sum up the thwart. So like if you're doing 2 and 2, it's a 2 effective cost for 4 threat removal, which is already above curve. Now you are exhausting the heroes, but you also get to deal damage. Brotherhood mod that has the +5 HP, yeah. Could be useful for big HP tough minions that take. Yeah, that's true. Marvel cards in a binder sleeved, yes. Yeah, the cards fit in the binder sleeved. 2 side loaders, I've seen that. Where you like the side sleeves and sleeve each side there. 3 or the triple changer top loaders, Transformers LCG for Ant-Man, Angel, Wasp. Oh, they had the triple mode. Nice, that's cool. Okay, Gunboat Diplomacy. Then we have the Crazy Gang. So no leadership cards. That's kind of interesting. No leadership cards in the back of this pack. But this is the Crazy Gang. This is our mod set that comes in the pack. Forced response. After a non-elite minion schemes against a player, deal that minion to a player as a face-down encounter card. Then if there are more than one player in the game, pass the face-down encounter card to the next player. Comes in with 2 threats, 1 acceleration icon. Then it looks like all of these are non-elite. Okay, so we are getting a mod set. These are pretty mean non-elite minions, I guess. So that makes combining forces a little bit better. Not my card, not my problem. But yeah, we do have Magneto coming. Do I also store Arkham cards sleeved in the binder? I still have a project that I need to do to switch over my Arkham cards to the new side-loading sheets. Once I do that, yes, I will store them sleeved. Queen of Hearts, 0 scheme, 1 attack, 4 health, 3 boost icons. Gross. Search the encounter deck and discard power for the Crazy Gang side scheme and reveal it. If it is already in play, deal yourself a face down encounter card. Gross. For Nightcrawler's Nemesis set, one of the cards says to search for him and deal him as an encounter card. If he's already in play, you wouldn't. Leadership Alliance card will come in Magneto. Yeah, and we also got Mutant Mayhem in the last pack. I think I will make a video on how I organize my Arkham collection at some point. Yeah. Also, FASF was the acronym for my podcast that I started, which is kind of funny. Fantasy and Some Flights. So I see FASF. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Add this mod set to Claw. Woo! Jester, 0 scheme, 1 attack. When revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, discard a support you control. It's not great. A lot of 0 schemes. Executioner. Executioner attacks the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points. If the attack defeats an ally, remove that ally from the game. Brutal! Oh, I hate that. Don't let that happen. We got Tweedledope. 0 scheme to attack. You are stunned. If you're already stunned, discard an upgrade you control. So the counter to Jester. Definitely throw in this. Do you use the same binder and binder sheets for Arkham? Yeah. Have you done a tier list of complexity of heroes? No, I have not. But I want to do, I guess, like the opposite of that. I do have a video which is like the 5 best heroes or the best heroes to play as a new player. But complexity of heroes is also really interesting. Off with his head. Each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. If no minion activates this way, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and reveal that minion. There you go. Why do they think they made Nightcrawler's hero ability once per phase instead of once per round? Is it possible? I don't think there's an easy way to do it right now. But I think it's probably just future proofing. Oh, it is a star boost icon without an effect. That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, the same binder sheets, yeah. Yeah, Tweedledope has a star without a boost effect. Huh. Interesting. Weird. Are y'all ready to play a game? Oops. I am ready to play a game. Okay. We're going to be playing against Sabretooth. We're going to do a Sabretooth and we're going to do a modified precon. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to go grab Sabretooth and then we're going to play a game. I'm not going to be gone for too long. I'm also going to get a refill, but is that a boo-boo? Leaning into his theme of being dumb? Yeah, I think so. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to grab Sabretooth. We're going to build a modified Nightcrawler precon and we're going to do it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Alrighty. See y'all very, very soon.